straight to the moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going. Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a tip. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some bitty now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, love the Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Alrighty everybody, welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is the 13th of June, it's Sunday 2021. So let's just jump straight into these figures. Here we go, rock and roll. Right, so first of all, we'll start off with a cool coin BTC. So Samson, what can you tell us about BTC?
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
That's right. What have we got to say about that, Max?
All right.
And Roger Ver, why do we call Bcrash Bcrash?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Exactly. And let's get on to Bitcoin here. So, Craig, why is it you're spending all this money on developing Bitcoin and getting so many transactions on chain and getting so much data on chain? Can you tell us?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Oh, nice one. Thanks for that. Excellent. Right, let's have a look at this then. So we've got hash rate 0.6%, network nodes 1.7, transactions 54.6, smashing it with over 50% of the transactions on the Bitcoin network, loving that, and 73.8% of the block size, absolutely beautiful. Right, so now we're just going to have a quick chat with Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor, what is it that we want?
Big blocks.
That's right. How big?
$100 million chunks
All right, whereabouts?
on the blockchain.
That's right, mate. Let's have a look then, shall we? So we've got look at 7, 8, 4, 5, 31, 43. These are all megabytes, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 4, 1, 2, 11, 5, 4, 9. That's looking good. Bcrash, look at that, hardly any, having trouble getting 1 megabyte blocks at all. And Coin obviously purposely restricted. Look, a few skinny blocks here. So they're still struggling to actually get all their blocks at 1 megabyte. Dear oh dear, it's not looking good. So Roger Ver, what do you say to all those, what do you say to global trade and international commerce, which by the way is the majority of the market cap of a currency? What do you say to all these people who say that they need a regulatory compliant medium of exchange in order for them to conduct trade with?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Fine, I will, you absolute buffoon. Hash rate, so we've got hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value, and it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Shout out to Australia and .NET Debug in the house. Thanks for joining me. Proof of work by network, Coolcoin Bcrash will fall into their own footprint one day. Bcrash Bitcoin, hash rate, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin, proof of work, who cares? It is 10,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Coolcoin, which is still 10 times cheaper than Bcrash, because Bcrash is an absolute pile of shit. It's 2.4% more profitable to mine on SV than it is Coolcoin, because competition. 1.8, it's only 1.8% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. Who cares? We'll have a look at the hash rate in a minute. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network, Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. That's what we love. Transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning. Fees USD, so this is fees in the block due to do with transaction volume. SirToshi's fees in the block, yeah, same thing. Block reward ratio, so this is to do with the block reward ratio and fees in the block. Again, percentages here, we'll monitor that over time. Oh, come on, CoinDance, here we go. I should have opened up this page. I knew there was something I should have opened up. That's the one we want. Look at this. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Mind the gap. Let's see where we are overall. Just quickly, come on, Coin Dance, you can do this for me this morning. Come on, here we go. 20.57 gigabytes. We're in front. So let's have it. Here we go. What do we know about size and stuff of Bitcoin?
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
380 gigabyte blocks. That's one block. 380 gigabyte blocks. Just imagine that, because I think the entire chain is probably that at the moment, and Bitcoin can fit that in one block.
We have tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
I think we've seen that already. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, let's just have a quick look at that. So bear in mind that 380 gigabytes. What do we have here? Here we go. Let's have a quick look. Expand this a bit. Here we go. What's this? Where are we? Look at that. So the Bitcoin chain is 375 gigabytes. And remember, that goes right the way back to the Genesis block. So that, 2021, 2009, great, 11 years. 11 years. So all of that data, we can see there, that's 375. Eventually Bitcoin, well, we already know, they've already tested it. They've tested 380 gigabyte blocks. Imagine that amount of data volume just being produced in 10 minutes. It's taken 10 years. That's how amazing Bitcoin is. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Global hash rate 7 days. All right, yeah, not as relevant as global hash rate 24 hours. What's going on there? Via BTC up in the hash rate somewhat, but this is all chains. Let's have a look at CoreCoin. So it looks like via BTCs, that's where they've put the hash rate on CoreCoin. Binance turning up the heat a little bit. Antpool down in 4th. BTC.com down in 5th. F2 Pool squeezed right the way down into 6th. That's rather unexpected. All right, okay. B crash. Whoa! What is this? What is this? This is hilarious. Look at that. And it's only what? Is it like 1.3% more profitable? 1.6. So it's only 1.6% more profitable to mine on Bcrash, and yet Antpool has got 54% of the hash rate, of which they've got no incentive to relinquish because it doesn't make any financial sense whatsoever. BTC.com, again, they're both Bitmain. So Bitmain basically with 60% of the overall hash rate on Bcrash, which is absolutely, utterly worthless. And now via BTC, 22% on there. All these shitcoin enterprises that just fancy Bcrash. Absolutely hilarious. Like an anonymous cash system, basically. Dear oh dear, that's hilarious. That they're talk about digging themselves, their own grave. That's hilarious. Anyway, let's look at Bitcoin here. Tau 54.8, Hathor 31%, lovely. Good to see Mempool, Norpool on there. F2 Pool gesturing maybe. Via BTC, definitely don't want them on there. Squeezing them off. The whole point is to squeeze all these shitcoin enterprises off the chain so that they don't have any Bitcoin. And when the time comes, the only way they're going to be able to get some is by buying it. And they're not holding too many USD on the books, which means they're going to have to be dumping their shitcoin, piling over one another to try and get their hands on Bitcoin. That's what we're looking at here. Amazing. But in the meantime, let's just have a look at all the short positions. This is hilarious. Starting at 91, hour at 90. What a joke. Shitcoiners, shit for brains. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin blockchain working live in front of our eyes. So for any newbies, the vertical rectangular blocks at the top are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. Once they're recognized by more than 50% of the nodes on the network, which is instantly because it's an ultra small world network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain down here, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. And you can see in this 131 megabyte block, in the highlighted rectangular box below, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, size, time, date, the transaction count, and total fees of $129.16. Beautiful. And now we're just going to let Laura Shin explain the relevance of block reward.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there'll be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough transactions on layer one to support the miners because it's been purposely restricted. Imagine 7 transactions a second trying to support, economically sustain all of this lot. Which is the entire mining network. You think that was designed just to do 7 transactions a second? What a joke. So this is BitInfo charts again. So we're just looking at, look at this. So Bitcoin with 12.5% of the overall transactions on the entire shit show. And we're just going to have a listen to David Schwartz describing what an absolute shit show XRP is. So that's irrelevant.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger.
Blah, 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 blah. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks.
Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Absolute crap.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs. And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Yeah, the vast majority of it. And now listen to these Ethereum douchebags explaining that Ethereum could never scale, and they knew it from the start.
It scales somewhat.
It scales somewhat. Yeah, like that's going to help.
Plans or initial thinking. We knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Let's have a look at transactions quickly. Here we go. Go 3 years, log curve. That is Bitcoin in the purple. Beautiful, loving that. Scaling test network. Yeah, okay, just checking the figures there. But that's going to be outdated soon because we've got Terranode coming. Take the floor, Shadows.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Beautiful. Listen to the disclaimer.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
Oh, and let's have a listen to the timeline.
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
Oh, amazing!
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve Morlike. Absolutely amazing. Trends.cash. Whoa, apps ranking by money spent. Look at TDXP app. What is going on there? What is going on there? My goodness. Apps ranking by performed actions. Run SV, Crypto Fights doing really well there. 33.6%. My goodness me. Router SV, Twitch down in 10th. Wow. And TDXP app doesn't even get a mention. But look at all the apps, look at all the money being spent. My goodness. What's on chain? Estimated next block size 10.74 megabytes. Look at the transactions coming in. Beautiful memory pool usage, currently 20.45. Here we go. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Let's have a look at CoreCoin, because what a memory pool is not meant to look like is this. This just looks so erratic. This is just absolutely ridiculous. What a joke. It just shows you what Bitcoin was never ever meant to have a 1 megabyte block size. Let's have a look at let's have a look at what a 1 megabyte block size does. Causes all this crap. So we've got a median fee of $1.58 on CoreCoin. That's unusual. And a transfer fee on Ethereum of 50 cents. But anyway, let's have a listen to the CEO of Blockstream explaining what he expects from a peer-to-peer electronic cash system.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Yeah, right, you absolute buffoon. And let's have a listen to Vitalik negging on a 5 cents median transaction fee.
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Really? So why does your internet of money have a transaction of 50 cents, Vitalik? Do you just want to basically admit that your creation is an absolute pile of shite? And this is our own shit show that we're involved in with the printing of the dollar. So what do we know about huge printing of dollars, and fiat currency and all that?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that is exactly what we're looking at there. It's not looking good. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it, CoinGecko? Feeling good. 70% loving that. Good, good. Morning runs. A good only a 24-hour trade volume of $1,851. Good. Stay away from this shit show, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Huh. Let's have a look at the depth charts. 6.9 million bids versus 5.9 million asks. More buyers than sellers at the moment. Good, good. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Oh, down a little bit. That's all right. Finishing on the green. Imagine picking up Bitcoin for $162. Amazing. This is CoreCoin versus USD. Yeah. And Bitcoin versus CoreCoin. Oh, holding its own. It's steady. Let's have a look at the entire coin crap market. CoreCoin 1.4 over 24 hours, up 1.4. What's Bitcoin? Bitcoin up 2.9. We'll take that. Winning. Look at that. Almost like basically $1.5 trillion of absolutely nothing. The only genuine value in that is from Bitcoin. Can't even say. There we go. So out of $1.5 trillion, only $3 billion is genuine value. Oh dear. YouTube stats 563. I've just seen 18 minutes. All right, let's go quickly. Streamanity. Made $2 on that video. Great stuff. Twitch stats. I should have had this one open. Come on, let's have a look at this one. There we go. Acorn Stack. Twitch new users 24 hours. Let's have a quick look. Come on, where are we? 52. That's right. Still heading in the right direction. A little bit small though. Followers 418 for me. Ruthie's tweet 965. Let's have a look at I am SirToshi quickly. How many has he got? Oh, it's going down. 87,400 followers. Twitter taking his followers away. And let's have a look at stablecoin printer. Just for any USDT. No USDT being printed. That's good. 19 minutes, under 20 minutes. That's a record for today. We'll wrap up. We're now up to date with the figures. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. buybsv.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSirToshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.